Crawford leaves it for Yarborough.
Alright, looks like I gotta reload it.
surprising, but I would guess he's going to get north of 20 today. The first couple of carries going to Brock Mortensen, but I would guess after that first success with Joe Pro, they're going to go to that early and often.
7 minutes left to play in the opening quarter. Wildcats 7, Mustangs nothing. 1st and 10 from the 37 for Cal Poly. The pitch comes to the near side, and nothing doing for Jawan Campbell as he springs forward and winds up gaining a couple of yards. The JUCO transfer from Hartnell up in Northern California, the native of Baltimore, Maryland. The Mustangs are very high on him. Thought he could have done better last week against North Dakota State. We saw him make a big catch late in garbage time. The Mustangs are hoping he can be just as effective as a slot back as a receiver here in 2018. Campbell comes in motion on 2nd and 7. They give up the middle to Joe Prothero, and not much doing there for the 6th-year seniors. The Wildcats gang tackle him at the 40-yard line after a pickup of a yard. Adam Rodriguez, the big junior defensive end, there to bring him down, and the Mustangs will again have to get it done on 3rd and 7.
And despite this 3rd and long for Cal Poly, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jake Jeffrey. He's making good decisions so far in the triple option, much better than his first start last season.
Mustangs need their 47 for a fresh set of downs. Shotgun snap comes to Jeffrey, a speed option right side. He pitches to Campbell. Campbell slips out of one tackle, and he's brought down at the 44-yard line near the Mustang right sideline. 3 yards shy of a first down, and Cal Poly will punt away the football.
Yeah, it looks like Jonah Williams is going to get the Cal Poly runner in the backfield, but he got clobbered. I don't know if it was J.J. Koski or Joe Prothero, but he got hit very hard in his left side and got up quite slow.
Josh Davis, not Rashid Shaheed, the All-American, drops back inside the 20 to receive the punt. Casey Sublette not handling the place-kicking duties, but available to punt tonight. The senior puts the right foot to it, a high end-over-end wobbler. Davis takes it at the 19, shakes and bakes around a Cal Poly Mustang to the 25, and some pushing and shoving after the play as Davis is brought down right there at the 25-yard line. And after the Wildcats come up with the stop, they set up shop at the 25 for a second consecutive drive. When we return, 5:15 left to play in the opening quarter. Number 10, Weber State 7, Cal Poly nothing. This is Mustangs football on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light, established in 1978 and born in the Rockies, where the only thing more refreshing than your current adventure is what's next. It's why Coors Light is lagered cold for a lighter, crisper taste. Filtered cold to ensure brilliance, clarity, and brightness. And packaged cold for peak refreshment. Because those who thirst for more deserve nothing less than the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Light. 2018 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
If you need great phone service for your business, Metro Voice powered by Digital West is just what you're looking for. Metro Voice gives you online video conferencing and all the features of a best-in-class phone system without the upfront cost. Our team here at Digital West was recently ranked 1,813 on the Inc. 5000 list of fastest-growing companies in America. And it's because of our customers supporting local business so that we can support Cal Poly and countless other nonprofits in our area. Contact us today at digitalwest.com and go Mustangs!
An inauspicious start for the Mustangs in their 2018 home opener, trailing number 10 Weber State 7-0. Able to pick up a first down on their first drive of the game, but stopped a couple of yards shy. And punting the football back to Weber State. Wildcats will set up shop on their own 25-yard line, up 7-0 at the 5:15 mark of the opening quarter. Chris Sylvester with Alex Klepper. Our producer-engineer is Lucas Armstrong tonight on the Cal Poly Sports Network. Week 2 of the season, the Mustangs dropped the season opener at defending national champion North Dakota State 49-3 last week in Fargo. Weber State didn't have much luck in their Week 1 contest on the road at Pac-12 Utah. 41-10 was the final. In Week 1 of the season, Caden Jinks, a belt-high snap. He turns, gives it away. Josh Davis running left, and on a stretch run, the redshirt freshman from Sandy, Utah, picks up 3 yards to the 28.
And Weber State tried to fool the Cal Poly defense there. They moved some of their heavy hitters to the right side of the line, but ended up running left. Matt Shotwell, not surprised by that, and able to hit that gap and stop that play before it started.
So pickup of 3 yards. Davis has gotten the bulk of the workload early for Weber State. 6 carries for 31 yards for the Gatorade Utah State Player of the Year in 2016. Shotgun set for Weber State on 2nd and 7. Inside run, and this time Davis slips and falls. Nick Navarro is there to meet him. but only a gain of half a yard for the redshirt freshman tailback, and now 3rd and 6 for Weber State. A chance for the Mustang defense to get off the field.
Yeah, definitely. And trying to force Caden Jenks into a pass here is going to be key for Cal Poly. I think that's one of their main keys for the night, is making sure that Caden Jenks throws the ball more than he runs it.
3rd and a short 6. 2 receivers to each side. Caden Jenks comes out of the shotgun. Chris Jackson, the redshirt freshman, big tailback, 240-pounder from Mesa, Arizona, to his left. Low snap, Jenks back to throw. The rush coming. He fires to the left side. It's incomplete. Off the fingertips of Jackson. Katu Humphrey in coverage for the Mustangs, and the Wildcats have gone 3 and out.
And that's exactly why you want to force Jenks to throw. That pass was very high, but that would have been called in by anyone except for maybe Odell Beckham Jr.
Right off the fingertips of Isaiah Jackson, the sophomore wideout. Now Juwan Campbell back to receive the punt as Lloyd puts the left foot to it. A high end over end kick will sail out of bounds near the 30-yard line. We'll see where the official on the near sideline marks it out, hoping he takes some extra steps forward, and right out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So that's where Jake Jeffrey and the Mustangs will take over when we return. 3:43 left to play in the game's opening quarter. Number 10, Weber State 7, Cal Poly nothing. This is Mustangs football on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Ask any Honda driver, and they'll tell you why they love their Hondas.
It's a luxury car, it's a practical car, I feel safe.
I can make it from Monterey to Fresno and back in one tank.
I love that I can fit everything in it, and the visibility is amazing.
In the triple option set of the Mustangs, they were able to pick up 1 first down on their opening series. What did you like? What didn't you like from the Mustangs on their first drive of the game?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think Jake Jeffrey did a good job of making decisions, and maybe the blocking wasn't always there on those outside runs, but he seemed to know exactly what to do, whereas last year he didn't have that much confidence.
Jeffrey comes under center. Mortensen, the sophomore, slot back in motion. Inside run, Joe Prothro straight ahead, and Prothro has 7 yards on first down to the 37-yard line. Running around the left end that time, his second carry of the game's opening quarter, and he is the X factor. He missed all but 2 games last year, and certainly having him healthy is a big component of this offense in 2018. Again, left side, here comes Juwan Campbell, the first down and more across the midfield stripe. The JUCO transfer from Hartnell down to the 40-yard line of Weber State. That's the type of explosiveness that the coaching staff has raved about in the weeks leading up to the start of the regular season. They feel Juwan Campbell is as good as any athlete that the Mustangs have on this 2018 team.
Yeah, a lot of great moves in the open field there by Juwan Campbell. Great play.
First and 10 for Cal Poly. The late pitch, right side. Campbell looking for some room and gets to the edge and winds up gaining some positive yardage as he springs down to the 36-yard line. 4 yards for the native of Baltimore, Maryland. How much can you have a guy that small out there in this triple option attack?
I mean, they've gone to him a lot. They had 6 carries last week, and you would have think they would have had more if he had more success. But in the open field, if he can get some blocks, he's very dangerous.
Jeffrey comes under center. Mustangs across the midfield stripe for the first time tonight. Inside run, and the fullback dive gets the Mustangs a first down. Joe Prothro has 6 more to the Weber State 29-yard line.
And you talked about the X factor being Joe Prothro. Last year, Jared Muhammad filled in well for Joe Prothro, but Joe Prothro just has that extra gear. He's got some juke ability. He's got the ability to knock over multiple defenders. So very good to see Joe Prothro with these early runs and being successful at it.
Prothro to the left of Jake Jeffrey, who comes out of the shotgun. Ball on the right hash, high snap. He puts it in the belly of Prothro, and the fullback moves forward and gets just 1. Landon Stice, who had a big interception return down inside the 5-yard line at Utah last week on the stop for Weber State. And it's Prothro's shortest run of the night. A pickup of half a yard for the 6th-year senior from Concord.
Yeah, Landon Stice last year, second team All-Big Sky. I believe he's probably their best defender.
Preseason All-American. 7-0 Wildcats. Clock winding under 2 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. Misdirection. Campbell left side has room inside the 25. Needs a block to move inside the 20 as he spins out of a tackle. And he's pushed out of bounds right near a Mustang first down. Maybe half a yard shy, but nonetheless, it's 3rd and manageable for Cal Poly. They want to be in those 3rd and short situations tonight.
Right, exactly. That's what they need to get against these Weber State Wildcats. And that time it was Sam Oji and Juwan Campbell, 2 on about 5 Wildcats, and they seem to win that battle this time.
3rd and short, Prothro back in the game. 1 receiver to the left side. It's J.J. Koski. Mortensen comes in motion. Jeffrey gives it away. Prothro with a big hole across the right side. Steps out of a tackle inside the 10. And down he goes to the 7-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Mustangs. Boy, Joe Prothro looked like he was going to get stopped a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage, but he slipped out of a tackle, delivered a stiff arm to the near side, and the Mustangs have 1st and goal.
Yeah, Joe Prothro being as tough a tackle as the Bruce Andersons of last week. He is spinning around guys. He is going through guys. Awesome to see, Joe Pro.
Jeffrey comes out of the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 to the right. Speed option right side. Jeffrey keeps the football, moves down to the 5-yard line, and gets 3 yards on 1st and goal. It's one of the improvements I think we've seen in Jeffrey's short time on the football field in the first 2 weeks of the season. He's much more slender and much more quick when he runs the football in comparison to what we saw out of that triple option in 2017 when he started the final 6 games of the season.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. He slimmed down. He looks to be more of a triple option quarterback this year. And I think just his decisiveness. The decisiveness from Jake Jeffrey is going to be a big part of Cal Poly's success in this game and every game that he starts this year.
7-0 Wildcats, but the Mustangs on the doorstep. Another shotgun set for the junior quarterback, Jeffrey. He gives it away up the middle. Joe Prothro doesn't have much. Maybe a yard for the All-American fullback. Gang tackled by Weber State. And now it's 3rd and goal. The Mustangs don't have to snap the football again as the clock winds under 20 seconds in this first quarter. It just depends on whether or not they like this side of the field. And I guess they want to test the other side of the field because they're walking off the field with some time still on the first quarter clock, and that will do it for the first 15 minutes of football tonight at Alex G. Spano Stadium. A big 3rd and goal from just inside the Weber State 5 upcoming for the Cal Poly Mustangs. And the start of the second quarter is next. 7-0 Weber State. This is Mustangs football on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Imagine the sounds of a nostalgic California, of happy, friendly faces. Savor the aroma of downtown Farmers Market barbecue and fresh air at the top of a peak. Then feel the warm sun setting on another perfect day. San Luis Obispo is a dream, but it's also real. Be here. Experience San Luis Obispo for yourself, or visit our 360-degree video library now at sanluisobispo360.com.
Palo Mesa Pizza, proud partner of Cal Poly Athletics, welcomes all of you to give their internationally recognized award-winning pizza a try. Palo Mesa puts a lot of heart into each crafted pizza and are most proud of the opportunity to give back to the community and students. They hand-toss every homemade pizza, and each one is made with their #1 ingredient, love, with locations in AG and SLO. They offer catering and delivery to Cal Poly campus as well. Order the Poly Pack, an XL pepperoni pizza and 2-liter for just $20. Palo Mesa Pizza makes you happy.
Now the Cal Poly Mustangs on their second drive of the night have moved inside the 5-yard line of Weber State and have 3rd and goal from just outside the 4, trailing the Wildcats 7-0 as we move to the second quarter at Alex G. Spanos Stadium. First of 6 home games for the Mustangs in 2018. Chris Sylvester, Alex Klepper on the Cal Poly Sports Network. Great to have you with us. The Mustangs, who were held to 3 points on the road in Fargo last week, are hoping 3rd and goal brings them their first touchdown of the season. Jake Jeffrey with the ball resting on the right hash, as Joe Prothro in the backfield with him, along with Brock Mortensen and Malcolm Davis, the senior slot back. 1 receiver to each side as we get ready to start the second quarter. How big is this play?
Very big. I think Cal Poly needs a touchdown here to keep themselves in it. Weber State, you saw how efficient they were in their first drive. Cal Poly stopping them in that second drive. But Cal Poly, they need to have that confidence that comes with a touchdown, especially not scoring any last week. And this is a tough spot for a triple option offense. About the 4.5-yard line, you can't just do a simple fullback dive here.
1 receiver to each side. Jeffrey comes under center. Start of the second quarter. He drops to throw. He lobs one towards the back right corner of the end zone. It's caught by Brock Mortensen. Touchdown, Cal Poly. The Mustangs have their first touchdown of 2018 as Jeffrey finds Mortensen from 4 yards out. Now the officials discussing, and they overturn the call. I do not believe it. They overturned the touchdown call. The officials signaling that Mortensen was bobbling the football on his way out of bounds, and it's an incompletion. Well, they might want to take a second look at this.
Yeah, I would if I were Cal Poly and these refs, because...
And they will. So the play's under review. The official in the back right corner of the end zone extended both his arms to the heavens, signaling touchdown, but that was quickly overturned after a brief discussion between 3 officials there in the back right corner of the end zone. And we have the luxury here at Alex G. Spanos Stadium being right next to the Big Sky replay officials. And we'll try and give you our best judgment on this one, but boy, it'd be tough to decipher on the camera angles that I'd imagine they have tonight on a non-regionally televised game to overturn the call on the field. And it's unfortunate that it didn't stay as it originally was.
Right. If they would have stuck with the original call and then looked at it again and had overwhelming evidence that it was an incomplete pass is one thing, but for one official to overrule another and then say, let's look at it, I mean, it's a huge dynamic in this game. And what looked like a fantastic connection between Jake Jeffrey and Brock Mortensen, maybe taken off the board. And we saw last year, as the season went on between Brock Mortensen and Jake Jeffrey, you could see a little more of a chemistry, and we saw that there. Jake Jeffrey, a back shoulder throw to Brock Mortensen taking that in and hopefully establishing control in a great over-shoulder catch.
Now the officials move away.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as the player was bobbling the ball without possession before he went out of bounds. The play stands.
So the play stands, an incompletion. It was not confirmed, so the evidence was inconclusive to overturn the incompletion to a touchdown, and the Mustangs will have a decision to make here. 4th and goal inside the 5, and it looks like they'll send out the field goal unit to try and tack on 3 points.
Yeah, and it's just a bummer that play was called as it was, initially looking to be a touchdown, then overruled, and then it stands. Obviously standing meaning that there was not conclusive evidence one way or the other, so they stayed with that call. Cal Poly could have been a beneficiary.
22-yard attempt for Alex Vega from the right hash, and he knocks it through. So Vega, the senior, with his first field goal attempt of the season from 22 yards out, a chip shot puts the Mustangs on the scoreboard with 14:51 left to play in the second quarter. A timeout on the field, and we'll take a timeout as well. Number 10, Weber State 7, Cal Poly 3. Mustangs will kick off when we return. This is Mustangs football on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Cal Portland is serious about its responsibility for our future environment. Did you know in 2015, Cal Portland made a business decision to close one of their mining operations in southern Monterey County? Our operations and construction group teamed to grade and replace thousands of tons of soil and replanted with native grassland. Now the area is home to indigenous wildlife and happily grazing cattle. Cal Portland employs many Cal Poly graduates, and we're hiring. Go to calportland.com to find out more. If you work or
outside, sooner or later, you find yourself off-road. California Custom Trailers and Power Sports in Paso Robles is the leader in a variety of power sports products on the Central Coast. With cash rebates up to $2,000 and financing as low as 2.99%, take home a new Polaris ATV or KTM motorcycle today. California Custom Trailers and Power Sports carry a full range of trailers, car haulers, dump trailers, and stock trailers. Visit our showroom off Highway 46 in Golden Hill in Paso Robles or online at calcustompaso.com.
Mustangs get some points on the scoreboard courtesy of a 22-yard field goal off the right foot of the senior kicker Alex Vega, and trail Weber State 7-3 with 14:51 left to play in the opening half of football after a 4-yard touchdown grab from Brock Mortensen was quickly overturned on the field, and then upon further video review, inconclusive to overturn it back to a touchdown, so the Mustangs settle for 3 points. Vega has it on the tee at the 35-yard line. Rashid Shaheed, the All-American, back deep to return it. He puts the right foot to it, sends an end-over-end kick to the 5-yard line. Shaheed bobbles, moves up the left sideline across the 20, spins out of a tackle, and he's brought down right there at the 20-yard line. So the Mustangs do an excellent job on special teams of bottling up the All-American kick returner. And the Wildcats will have the football for a third time tonight, and they'll start at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, great play on special teams by Lepi Lataimua, who's able to get his hands on the All-American and not let them go. Nice takedown by the sophomore.
So the Wildcats operating from left to right for the first time tonight. Up 7-3 on the road at Cal Poly. Week 2 of the season, both teams with an 0-1 record. Shaheed comes in motion. They'll give it away. Davis off left tackle. Moves forward to the 23-yard line. 3 more yards. 8th carry already for the redshirt freshman in his collegiate debut as a tailback.
Yeah, big workload for Josh Davis. When we saw last week against Utah, Weber State really mixed up a lot of their carries after Treshawn Garrett went down with an injury late in the first quarter. They really spread the wealth around, so a big workload for the freshman.
Gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 now for Weber State. Jinx comes under center, I formation. Davis, the deep back, 1 receiver to each side. He turns. He's dropping to throw. He throws over the middle. Shaheed makes the catch just shy of the 30-yard line, and the Mustangs bring him down at the 29. Matt Shotwell making his first career start tonight. He had that fumble recovery on the road in Fargo last week there to make the stop, and it's 3rd down and about 1.5 yards for Weber State.
Yeah, and both these plays, even though they've gotten yardage for Weber State, have shown that Cal Poly has gotten better tackling techniques, at least so far in this game. The first play of this drive, Jason Lee stayed in his lane and made a solid tackle. And that time, like you said, Matt Shotwell, a very solid tackle to force a 3rd down.
Wildcats need just past the 30 for a fresh set of downs. 2 receivers left side. The handoff comes to Davis. Stretch run right side. Davis has a first down and slips and falls again at the 36-yard line. You wonder if the playing condition has anything to do with Davis slipping and falling a couple of times. This is Weber State's only game on the regular season schedule played on grass this year. The other 10, all on turf.
Yeah, that's something that coaches plan for. That's something that they want to make sure they practice on the surface that they're going to be playing in that week, and obviously they've been planning for a lot of turf, this being the only natural grass field, and maybe a little bit different with the cleats.
A pickup of 7 yards on 3rd and short, and the Wildcats have a fresh set of downs. Same formation, 2 receivers left side. The tight end comes in motion. That's Brady May. Under center comes Jinx, and again, the stretch run right side for Josh Davis. Ball comes loose. Mustangs think they have it. Will await the signal. Davis lost it just shy of the 40. Cal Poly celebrating. Who's at the bottom of the pile? Mustangs have the football. The redshirt freshman coughs it up, and Cal Poly recovers a fumble at the Weber State 38-yard line. Katu Humphrey was at the bottom of the pile.
Katu Humphrey, the quicks and the smarts to be able to jump on top of that ball pretty much right as it exited the arms of a Weber State Wildcat. Cal Poly, this is the type of breaks that they didn't get last year. We didn't get that break at the beginning of the second quarter, that touchdown reversal against Brock Mortensen. Cal Poly now in prime position to get another score here and make this a real chance at victory today.
So the Wildcats, who didn't cough up the football once in their opening week loss at Utah, cough it up in the opening minutes of the second quarter. Jeffrey back to throw. He pumps once. Now he goes deep down the left side for Malcolm Davis. A lot of contact. No penalty marker, and the pass is incomplete.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact, and I would say that ball might have been uncatchable, which is why they did not throw a flag.
Dwayne Harrison, the 5'10 senior defensive back from Richmond, California, providing the tight coverage down the left sideline. And Jake Jeffrey has thrown back-to-back incompletions dating back to the Mustangs' last drive. 12:39 left to play in the second quarter. 7-3 Weber State, but the Mustangs have 2nd and 10 at the Wildcat 38. Jeffrey on the pitch to the right side. Mortensen has a block, but the gap closed up quickly, and only a pickup of a yard for the sophomore from Ventura. Trey Hoskins, the junior defensive back there on the stop, and just like that, it's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Cal Poly the last few times on these stretch plays have had trouble blocking outside, and as we've said time and again, that is so key for an offense that is predicated on so much running. The inside handoffs are pretty easy. That's the same thing every time, but those outside blocking techniques, it can really vary depending on the defender you have, and Cal Poly seeing the bad end of that the last few times.
You wonder if the Mustangs move up 5 yards here, if it's in field goal range for Alex Vega as the play clock was winding down. Jake Jeffrey has to burn a timeout. First timeout taken by either side. 32nd timeout, so we'll keep it here with you on the Cal Poly Sports Network. A big 3rd and 9 upcoming for the Mustangs after recovering a fumble inside the Weber State 40-yard line. There's something to be said about winning the turnover battle, but against a top 10 opponent, when you're trying to pull off a big upset early in the season to give your team some momentum moving down the road on the schedule, you have to capitalize off the takeaways.
Right, you have to take advantage because they're not going to give you a ton of opportunities. Cal Poly, they can't take this for granted. They need to get this first down and continue to put points in the scoreboard because Weber State, their defense is locked in, and if Cal Poly keeps getting the ball on their side of the field, it's going to be pretty hard to get past that midfield line with the way they are playing right now.
So the Mustangs taking their first charge time out of the first half with 11 minutes and 52 seconds left to play before halftime. Wildcats punched in their only score on the game's opening drive. Mustangs got a field goal on their second drive. This is their third, and they have 3rd and 9 at the Weber State 37-yard line. One receiver in the formation. It's J.J. Koski lined up to the left side. Jake Jeffrey drops to throw. Pressure coming, and Jeffrey is sacked. Sacked back at the 45-yard line, LeGrand Toya, the All-American in 2017, brings him down for a loss of 8 yards, and the Mustangs come up empty after recovering the fumble.
Yeah, and Toya only had 1 tackle last game against Utah, the All-American, so got to feel good for him. But I don't understand. J.J. Koski, the main target in that play, his route was way too long for a play of that magnitude.
And Malcolm Davis, who had slipped out of the backfield, had some room on the right sideline, but Jeffrey couldn't see him, and Weber State brought the pressure. Now Casey Sublette sends a spiraling kick inside the 20, calling for a fair catch. Josh Davis makes it at the 19. And the Wildcats watch their recovered fumble turn into a Cal Poly punt. Timeout on the field, 11:06 left to play in the second quarter. Still 7-3 Weber State. Wildcats have the football at their own 18 when we return on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Slow Roasted Coffee has been a local family-owned and operated business since 1984. We're a small batch artisan roaster that prides itself on providing gourmet coffee at a fair price. Slow Roasted Coffee loves to support the Cal Poly culture. We're the authorized private labeler of Mustang Grounds Coffee, a dark roast coffee created to give the student body the inspiration to keep hitting the books all night long. Look for our Slow Roasted and Mustang Ground products at Julian's, Campus Market, and Village Market. Check us out at slowroasted.com. Don't just drink coffee, enjoy it.
At R&R Dental, your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized quality dental care that you deserve. When you visit R&R Dental, you will experience all that modern dentistry has to offer, including general, restorative, and cosmetic dental services to meet the needs of your entire family. We offer evening and weekend appointments in 2 locations on the Central Coast for your convenience. Visit our website at rrdentalcare.com to learn more. R&R Dental Care, the official smile provider of Cal Poly Athletics.
Bring the noise. Go to GoPoly.com and click on tickets. Order yours today.
Now the Mustangs recovering a fumble inside the Weber State 40, but then go 3 and out, and they back up to the 45, so they have to put it away. The Wildcats will set up shop for a fourth time tonight at their own 18-yard line. 11:06 left to play in the second quarter, and a 7-3 lead for the 10th-ranked Wildcats of Weber State. Second quarter sponsored by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, great beer, great responsibility.
All the college football.
Caden Jinks, the redshirt freshman,
promote good sportsmanship.
leads the Weber State offense back out onto the field. Trips to the right side.
Big Sky football.
Moss is the tailback. On 1st and 10, play action, bubble screen, comes to the right, and it's incomplete. Off the fingertips of David Ames.
And reserve season tickets for the Stampede Club are on sale now. Membership level start as low as $350.
You want to see Caden Jinks for the ball. Accuracy and his oomph to get that football there is just lacking right now. And David Ames, there wasn't much he could do, and even if he caught that ball, the ball didn't get there quick enough, and he probably would have tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Jinks now 4 for 6, 45 yards after completing 5 passes and 22 attempts. Empty backfield, 5 wide set. He steps up in the pocket, probably for pass interference.
Yeah, either Katu or Sharky Riza. And the referees are discussing it. It looked like they got their legs tangled up.
But in Cal Poly's defense was Cooley 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
True, exactly.
Holding point of the defense, 10-yard penalty.
So the penalty's on the junior, Sharky Riza, the transfer from Orange Coast College in Orange County. And it's a hold, not a pass interference call. So the football moves up to the 28-yard line. And a fresh set of downs for Weber State. It was the first time they had gone empty backfield 5 wide. Now Moss returns to the backfield, the featured back. 4 receivers, 3 to the right side, 1 to the left on 1st and 10. Jinks, bubble screen, near side. Ames makes the catch, but he's brought down in the backfield by Jason Lee. The junior middle linebacker picks up his first tackle for loss in 2018, and the Wildcats move backwards about half a yard.
Yeah, Jason Lee and Dominic Frash both in there. Great read by both Cal Poly players, as that play had no chance of happening thanks to the efforts of those two.
And that was the same exact play call to open the drive, the one that Ames had dropped. Mustangs read it well, and no gain on the play. So 2nd and a long 10 for Weber State. 3 receivers. Shahid, the lone receiver on the right side, one-on-one with Sharky Riza. Read option, left side. Jinks brought down in the backfield. All the way back to the 21-yard line. Nick Navarro, the junior linebacker, with his first sack of the season. That's a loss of 7 yards back to the 21. And now the Wildcats face 3rd and 17.
And a design quarterback run, a left side run for Caden Jinks, and that was sniffed out. Nick Navarro, with the intelligence and the awareness and then the athleticism to catch Caden Jinks, he was a very quick runner. So Nick Navarro, 5 stars in that play.
Yeah, Jinks got close to 20 the first time he kept on a read option. That time he lost 7. Big 3rd and 17. The rush coming again. He slips out of 1 tackle. Jinks will run. He throws on the run, and it's caught at the 45-yard line. Penalty marker down. Jinks may have thrown that across the line of scrimmage.
I believe that's what that's for. And big pressure to Cal Poly front 7.
The pass was complete to Isaiah Jackson, and it's plenty for a first down, 23 yards on the pitch and catch, but I think Jenks let go of that football across the 22.
5-yard penalty, spot on the throw, lost it down, 4th down.
So a loss of down and a loss of 5 yards. Weber State has to punt.
And Cal Poly, that drive, did a great job of making Jinks make decisions, and we saw the fruit of that labor. Cal Poly, a big stand on defense, and now get the chance to take that momentum right back and try to get this ball back over midfield quickly.
Doug Lloyd, the Australian punter, for the 2nd time, puts his left foot to it. A high end-over-end kick as it takes a friendly Weber State bounce inside the 40-yard line and down at the 38. So we mentioned how important that drive was for the Mustang defense, not capitalizing off the recovered fumble, but it doesn't come back to bite the Mustangs at the moment as they get the football back with 9 minutes and 16 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Another timeout on the field. 7-3, Weber State. This is Mustangs football on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
It's a brand new day. Let's get it, turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right on.
This is Christina Favuzzi of KSBY News. Start your day the daybreak way. Head out the door with all the news, weather, and traffic information you need to start your day off right. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
Smith Real Estate, serving all of San Luis Obispo County since 1978. 40 years of real estate innovation with the latest technology to make your real estate sales and property management stress-free and seamless. With offices in Arroyo Grande and our main office in San Luis Obispo, we are part of your future. Remember, that's Farrell Smith Real Estate for real estate sales, rentals, property management, and worldwide relocation services. Farrell Smith.
Resume play. Tonight's second quarter sponsored by Big Brand Tire. Hey fans, Big Brand Tire and Service offers free service like flat tire repair, brake and alignment inspections, and tire rotations. From oil changes to new tires like Michelin and Goodyear, our expert technicians get you back on the road in no time. Big Brand Tire and Service. Big means go. Triple option set, one receiver to each side. Jeffrey on the speed option decides to keep the football, and he's brought down in the backfield. The pitch wasn't there out to the numbers where Brock Mortensen was waiting, and Jeffrey loses a yard.
Yeah, and that one was just a numbers game. Jake Jeffrey would have been a bad decision to pitch that ball to Brock Mortensen because there were 3 or 4 Wildcat defenders in the area. Good job to minimize the damage there.
2nd and 11 after the loss of 1 on an end around. Mortensen trying to find some room to the edge, and he's tackled after a pickup of a yard. Noah Vea, the redshirt freshman linebacker, making the stop. And now it's 3rd and 10. Jeffrey probably has to put it in the air here, you'd figure. He's attempted a couple of passes tonight and a pair of incompletions. Jawan Campbell's in the game, so's Ryan McNabb and J.J. Koski. 3 receivers set for the Mustangs. Prothro the fullback. Campbell comes in motion. Jeffrey under center. He drops to throw. Fires right side. The screen's there for Koski. Koski leaping forward as he crosses the 45, and he may be short. That's a bad ball spot. 2 yards shy of the first down. Tim Walsh, in his 10-year tenure here, has kept his offense on the field multiple times in these situations, even with the football resting before the midfield stripe. And at the moment, it looks like the Cal Poly offense will stay on the field. Do you agree with this decision?
I do. I think you need to take advantage of what Weber State's offense has been unable to do and try to take this game by the horns.
4th and a short 2. Jeffrey looks to the Mustang sideline, changes the play call at the line of scrimmage. He's under center, 1 receiver in the formation. Davis, the slot back, the handoff goes to Prothro, and he stopped shy of the first down. The Mustangs have turned it over on downs, and the gamble does not pay off. Joe Prothro needed an extra push, and unless they give him a very fortunate ball spot, I don't think he got there.
No, I don't think so either, partner. And that play...
Well shy.
Yeah.
There's no need to measure this. That's well shy of the first down where they're spotting the football. Mustangs were 0 for 2 on 4th down last week in Fargo. They'll bring out the chain gang just to confirm that the ball spot was shy of the first down. And it is, by a good football length and a half. So the Mustangs on 4th and a short 2 turn to the fullback dive against such a strong defensive front of Weber State. might have liked to see something go out to the numbers.
Right, and I think starting, the first or second down with a fullback dive would have been more useful in this spot, but I think that the end of that drive was due to Kalen Benjamin, who was one-on-one with Zach Shallcross in third down and made a terrific individual play to stop Cal Poly from getting what looked to be a sure first down when that play developed.
So now the Wildcats have their best starting field position of the night. They start at the Cal Poly 46, 3 receivers. A belt-high snap comes to Caden Jinks. He has all the time in the world to throw, but he overshoots David Ames to the right side, incomplete. Jason Lee, the linebacker, once again in coverage for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and Jinks, he's just struggling throwing the ball, and that was probably a bad decision to even throw that ball, because I think he was fortunate that time that it just sailed out of bounds, because if he threw that towards David Ames, Jason Lee was there, and he might have had a pick six if that ball was underthrown rather than overthrown.
Now Jinks comes under center on 2nd and 10. 7:28 left to play in the second quarter. 7-3 Weber State. Mustangs creeping up to the line of scrimmage. Under center comes Jinks, an inside run. Davis bounces off a tackle, and he's brought down for a minimal gain. Patrick Walker, the senior linebacker, a JUCO transfer from American River in Northern California on the stop. Just a gain of 1 for the redshirt freshman Davis. And it's 3rd and 9.
Second tackle of the game for Patrick Walker, and I'm liking the linebacking play by Cal Poly in the second quarter. It has vastly improved from what we saw last week.
Weber State 4 for 6 on 3rd down. Empty backfield, 5 wide for Jinks. Here comes the rush. Jinks scrambling, running right. Now will take off up the middle of the field, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line with a penalty marker down near the left sideline. Jinks tackled 4 yards shy of a first down, but will check the penalty. And it appears to be a hold against Cal Poly. Boy, that will sting. Would have been 4th and 4, but instead a penalty would give Weber State a fresh set of downs. Jarek Rosales, the guilty party. And instead of a stop on 3rd down, the Mustangs commit a big penalty, and Weber State has a 1st and 10 at the Cal Poly 30. Now the Wildcats have moved into Trey Tuttle field goal range, up 7-3, approaching the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. 2 receivers to the right side. Jinks comes out of the shotgun. Davis to his left. Play action. Jinks to throw. Has time. Now the pocket collapses. He takes off towards the left sideline, and Jinks is brought down inside the 30-yard line at the 28. So the redshirt freshman quarterback makes something happen. He gets 2 yards. Matt Shotwell with his 3rd tackle of the opening half. And 2nd and 8 upcoming for the Wildcats.
And one of the keys to the game that we had pregame was to force Caden Jinks into decisions, and I think Cal Poly, especially in the second quarter, has done an excellent job of doing that, creating a lot of pressure in the backfield, making him make decisions, and that time he was able to gain 2 yards, but when he's put in those situations, he has not shown that he's able to handle the pressure.
4 receivers set on 2nd and 8. Davis, the featured back. Ball resting on the left hash. Stretch run left side. Davis busts it loose to the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. 3 yards shy of a first down, and a 3rd and short upcoming for Weber State.
An excellent open field tackle from Matt Shotwell, who has shown himself to be a tackling machine here in this first half. That would have been a first down if not for the efforts of Shotwell.
Now the backup quarterback, Jake Constantine, redshirt sophomore from Camarillo, who began his collegiate career at Boise State, takes his first snap. He fires over the middle. It's caught by Isaiah Jackson, but shy of the first down. Or rather, David Ames was on the receiving end of that football, but shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1 for Weber State at the Cal Poly 21. And Jay Hill not trusting Caden Jinks to throw the football. He turns to the former FBS quarterback in Jake Constantine, who spent last year at Ventura Junior College.
Yeah, and you could see he had more zip on his ball. He made a quick decision, although that pass was not beyond line of scrimmage, or beyond the 4th down marker.
And now with the big 4th and 1 upcoming, Jay Hill, the 5th-year head coach burns his first charge timeout. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. 4:36 left to play in this opening half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have scores from around the Big Sky, a recap of the first half, and a look ahead of the second half. But certainly, this 4th and 1 upcoming, if Weber State keeps the offense on the field, is the biggest play of the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if they get a first down here, or even a score, a huge blow to Cal Poly. Cal Poly has shown themselves to be pretty efficient on defense in these type of situations so far.
Remember last year it was 7-3 Weber State at the half.
Yes, and a little deja vu.
So Constantine is the quarterback. He's a California kid, 1 receiver to each side. Moss, the featured back, he turns, gives it away. Moss, right side. It's going to be close. I don't think he got there. He didn't. Mustangs stop Weber State on 4th and short and get the football back with 4:31 left to play in the second quarter.
The Cal Poly defense did an excellent job of holding their line. David Ames was the guy who made first contact with the ball carrier, and he did not move, and that was a bad sign for Weber State. Cal Poly able to stand tall in a huge defensive stop late in the second quarter.
Not a bad idea for Jay Hill to keep his offense on the field, but the Mustangs were strong up the middle, and the Wildcats turn it over on downs. Cal Poly takes over at their own 21, ball resting on the left hash. Jake Jeffrey gives it away on an inside run. Joe Prothro moving ahead to the 25, a pickup of 4 yards.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more of Joe Pro, given how successful he was in early drives.
9 carries now for Joe Prothro, 44 yards. Mustangs are 4 minutes away from going the first 6 quarters of the season without a touchdown. Granted, against the top 2 defenses in the FCS from a year ago. 1 receiver to each side. 2nd and 6 for Cal Poly. Jeffrey comes under center. Fullback dive again, and this time Prothro is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Jonah Williams, the big 6'5" junior defensive end on the stop. Now we're looking at another situation here where the Mustangs may be forced to go to the air.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide. I would almost try another play like they did last time with Brock Mortensen, where it almost worked, if not for the individual efforts of Kalen Benjamin.
3 receivers, Jeffrey out of the shotgun, Prothro standing to his right. Play action, Jeffrey to throw, the rush coming, he steps up, lobs one down the right seam. And a dangerous throw over the head of J.J. Koski. Jordan Preeter was creeping right behind J.J. Koski, could have had an interception there. But instead an incompletion, and the Mustangs, after a big stop defensively, go 3 and out.
Yeah, that was just a poor pass by Jake Jeffrey. J.J. Koski had a step or 2 on his defender, and there were a couple defenders lurking, but if he puts that ball in the money, easy first down for Cal Poly.
Josh Davis drops back inside the 40 to receive the punt from Casey Sublette. Punting from inside his own 15. It's a high spiraling kick, driving Davis back to the 31. He bobbles the football. Now he brings it up across the left end to the 40. Now the 45, and brought to the grass of the 47. So a good punt return for the redshirt freshman, who has tonight's only touchdown. Weber State gets the football back 3 yards shy of the midfield stripe with 3 minutes and 2 seconds left to play before the half, and not a whole lot of time to rest up for the Cal Poly defenders.
Right, and that's the key. I mean, that's exactly what Cal Poly wants to do to his opponents, make the defenders tired with those punishing inside runs. This Cal Poly team did not have a lot of chance to get some water and take a breather.
Jake Constantine, the quarterback. Caden Jinks is out of the game. He drops back to throw, has time, dumps it off over the middle. Davis makes a man miss, has a first down as he moves inside the 45 and gets down to the 43-yard line of Cal Poly. It's a pickup of 10 yards and a first down for Weber State. So obviously the quarterback switch, and hopes of energizing the offense a bit. And as you take a look at the high school numbers for Constantine in comparison to Caden Jinks, he was a better pocket passer at the high school level and did a nice job at Ventura Junior College last year. We'll see what that means for Jay Hill down the stretch of this first half. 2.5 minutes left to play. 7-3. Weber State leads. Two-back set. Stretch run right side. Davis slips and falls and doesn't have anything. Matt Shotwell with another tackle. Boy, he's been all over the field tonight.
Right, and last play, he got juked out a little bit by Josh Davis, but he is right there at every play. And I would say in this first half that Cal Poly has kept in it, Matt Shotwell has been the MVP.
Matt Shotwell, the youngest of 4 brothers to play in this program. Of course, his brother Kyle, the most notable. He's in attendance tonight, flew out from Austin, Texas. The Buck Buchanan Award winner back in 2004. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, and after the snap, a penalty marker down with 1:51 left to play. False start. Well, back Weber State up 5 yards. That's what happens when you make the quarterback switch midway through the contest. Constantine about the same size as Caden Jinks, both 6'2". Constantine weighs 200 pounds. Led Camarillo High School to the state championship back in 2015 and threw for over 2,300 yards, 28 touchdowns at Ventura College last year after redshirting 2016 at Boise State. Highly touted recruit coming out of Camarillo High School, which is just south of Ventura. And split time with Ricky Town, the one-time Alabama football commit at Ventura last year, who's now at the University of Pittsburgh, as the officials taking an extended timeout in between snaps to put some time back on the clock. Now it winds again. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 15. Weber State needs the Cal Poly 32 for a first down. Shotgun snap comes to Constantine. The Mustangs bring 3. He fires right side, and he threw it behind Rashid Shaheed. Matt Shotwell in coverage, and incompletion stops the clock with 92 seconds left to play. 3rd and long upcoming for Weber State. The Wildcats 3 for 6 on 3rd down tonight.
And that play by Constantine behind the receiver, Shaheed. And Cal Poly's defense has confused both of these quarterbacks so far. It looked like a zone there by Cal Poly, and Constantine not able to decipher where to throw the football.
Dime package defensively for the Mustangs. Constantine changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Clock winding under 5 seconds. The shotgun snap to the quarterback. He has time, steps up in the pocket, dumps it off to the near side. May, the fullback, makes the catch, and he's run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. 3 yards shy of the first down. It stops the clock with 1:25 left to play. And decision time again for Jay Hill in Mustang territory.
If I were him, I would go for this once again. Cal Poly has not shown to be able to move the ball at all, and you might as well take one more shot at scoring, because you know you're not going to get the ball back if Cal Poly gets it back after this with the way they run their offense.
12 yards on the passing play, and now 4th and 3. 4 receivers, shotgun snap, Constantine, quick throw, right side, it's caught by Rashid Shaheed, down to the 28-yard line. Weber State gets it done on 4th down. 2nd catch of the night for the All-American on special teams last year. And a 7-yard hookup. So Weber State able to keep the offense on the field. They get it done on 4th down. Now 1st and 10 from the 28. Constantine looking Shaheed's way again up the right seam, and this time it's knocked away. Jarek Rosales, the 5th-year senior, with a penalty marker down to the left sideline. Mustangs jumped off sides.
5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And so Weber State will trot down to the 23-yard line and have 1st and 5 with 1:02 left to play before the half. At the very least, the Wildcats want to tack on 3 points and take that touchdown lead into the locker room. Mustangs will get the football first to begin the 3rd quarter. Shotgun snap to Constantine. Bubble screen right side for Ames, and the Mustangs gang tackle him after a pickup of 2 yards down to the 21. Anders Turner and Jarek Rosales combining for the stop. as the clock winds under 50 seconds left to play. 2-by-2 set for Constantine. Weber State has the football just outside the Cal Poly 20. He changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Davis, the featured back. Mustangs bring the blitz. Constantine with time. Short arms it down the right seam. And a penalty marker down. One-on-one with Rashid Shaheed was Jarek Rosales again. And that could very well be pass interference against the Mustangs, which would move the football half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, I believe it is going to be pass interference. You saw the towel that Rashid Shaheed had on his person was yanked off him by Jarek Rosales, who's now been involved, I believe, in 5 plays in a row, whether tackling, covering. So he's finally getting a breather as he's being subbed out.
Wildcats move down to the 10 and have first and goal with 34 seconds left in the second quarter. And now Tim Walsh taking a timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Now this is
their second 30 seconds.
Receiver set out of the timeout. First and goal from the 10. Davis, the featured back. Shotgun snap to Constantine. He has time. Now he steps up. He'll run. Inside the 5. Constantine down to the 4. Under 30 seconds left to play. And Jay Hill will take a timeout. He has 2 remaining. And now just 1 as he stops the clock with 24 seconds left. Constantine, who's not known for his legs, able to pick up 6 yards there.
Yeah, and that was a good decision by Constantine. He saw no one was open. Cal Poly was saturating the end zone with defenders. That's where all of the receivers for Weber State were, and saw a little bit of a gap to step up, and he did.
Officials put 3 more seconds back on the clock, so 27 ticks left on the timer. As we wind down the second quarter, 7-3 Weber State. It's been a night where the points have been at a premium as we expected.
Right.
But the Mustangs have committed a couple of penalties defensively on this drive that may allow the Wildcats to take a 2-possession lead into the locker room for halftime.
Yeah, and especially against a team like Weber State who is not moving the ball very well on offense, at least in the second quarter. Those penalties are huge. Cal Poly needs to patch up those mental mistakes.
Out of the timeout, empty backfield, 5 wide set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right for Jake Constantine, the third-year sophomore. He changes the play call at the line of scrimmage, play clock winding down under 5, second and goal from the 4, the shotgun snap. The Mustangs bring pressure, Constantine flushed out to the left side, throwing on the run, and incomplete. Josh Davis, the intended target, Carter Nichols in coverage for the Mustangs, and 5 seconds roll off the clock, 22 seconds left to play, and now third and goal from the 4.
And Constantine just not an accurate throw while on the run there. He seems to be more of, we talked about this as a pocket passer. He is definitely more comfortable when he's sitting in that pocket, the regular 3 or 5 step drop, instead of having to go on the run, as Caden Jinks is a little more likely to do.
Some of the Mustang fans coming to their feet here at Alex G. Spano Stadium in hopes of a stop. Third and goal from the 4. Shotgun snap to Constantine. He drops to throw. He rushes to the right side. Constantine looking for room. He doesn't have anything. Now he throws, and it's nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of Jason Lee. Constantine was looking for Isaiah Jackson streaking across the back of the end zone, and the ball was well underthrown. Jason Lee should have had an interception, but nonetheless, the Mustangs get the stop, and that is a big win for the Cal Poly defense, as Trey Tuttle, with 13 seconds left to play, will come out to attempt a 21-yard field goal from the middle of the field.
Yeah, looking for Isaiah Jackson in the back of the end zone. Just one of those plays where you don't see the coverage linebacker about 10 yards in front of him. Jason Lee had a sure interception right on his hands.
Lloyd, the holder, the placement, the kick on the way, and it's straight through. So Tuttle, the All-American kicker as a freshman last year, knocks through. 3 points for Weber State, and the Wildcats have a 7-point lead again, 10-3 over Cal Poly with 10 seconds left to play in this opening half. But again, the Mustangs will get the football first to open up the third quarter, and the ought to feel fortunate that they were able to hold the Wildcats to just 3 points on that drive.
Yeah, definitely. A touchdown there would have been a bit of a backbreaker for this Cal Poly team. Certainly a team that has played almost 6 full quarters now and has not scored a touchdown. There needs to be some changes there in the offense, whether it be play calling or going to guys like Brock Mortensen a little bit more, Joe Prothro a little bit more. But yes, big win for Cal Poly, not giving up 7 and keeping this a 1-possession game.
A 10-play, 49-yard field goal drive capped off by Trey Tuttle's 21-yarder. Took 2 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock to put the Wildcats up by 7. And now the Mustangs, you'd have to think, will take some sort of squib kick here and likely kneel down the final play of the first half if time is remaining on the first half clock. Tuttle has it on the tee. Sophomore from Arlington, Texas. Brock Mortensen, Lepe Leituma back inside the 5-yard line, ready for the kick. Here's the run-up, a swing of the right leg, and a squib kick. The up-back takes it prior to the 30, to the middle of the field at the 35, and he lost the football. Weber State might have it. Oh, boy. 5 seconds left. Wildcats signaling that they have the football, and they do. Joanne Harrison recovers the fumble on special teams, and now with 5 seconds left to play, you have an All-American kicker who certainly has the leg to bang one through from over 50 yards out, and we'll see if that's what Jay Hill elects to do. It looks like that's going to be the case. Here comes the field goal unit. And wouldn't this sting if Weber State's able to tack on 3 more?
Right, we just talked about how fortunate Cal Poly was to come out with giving up only 3 points. If this turns into another 3 points or 7, a huge blow for Cal Poly, and it looks like the kick is about to be lined up.
He was 19 for 22 last year, a career long of 48. This would be a new career long, but he's kicking from the middle of the field, a 51-yard attempt. And Tim Walsh will try and ice the sophomore kicker as he burns his final timeout. Boy, just a big man. Taught to, once you possess the football, go straight to the grass, especially in a situation where you're not trying to score, you're just trying to wind down the rest of the time on the second quarter clock, and this could very well come back to haunt the Mustangs come the end of the night.
Yeah, this, football is a game of big plays and big moments, and this could be the one we look back at and say this was a pivotal moment in this game, especially if Weber State's able to bang through a field goal here. Like you said, would be a career long for Trey Tuttle, but a guy being an All-American, you would think that the coaching staff has all the confidence in the world that he could set a new career high here.
51 yards. Second quarter clock. Wildcats by 7 at the moment, looking to take a 10-point lead into the half. From the middle of the field at the La Hoyt of Lloyd, the kick on the way has the distance, and it is no good. Wide right. Tuttle misses, and the Mustangs dodge a bullet. So, after coughing up the kick return, Weber State unable to capitalize, and the Wildcats, just as they did last year, take a 10-3 lead into the locker room for halftime. We've played 30 minutes of college football on a Saturday night in San Luis Obispo. Number 10, Weber State 10, Cal Poly 3. Lucas Armstrong back in our studio with the Cal Poly halftime sports report. We'll bring it back for Mustangs halftime in just a moment. You're listening to Mustangs football on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
On the Cal Poly Sports Network, this is the College Scoreboard.
Thanks, guys. I'm Lucas Armstrong. This is the Cal Poly Scoreboard Update. We're through a lot of the games on the second Saturday of the college football season, and we start in Alabama, where the Crimson Tide washed away the Arkansas Red Wolves. And Alabama's quarterback duo of Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts passed for a combined 321 yards and 6 touchdowns. Nick Saban seems adamant that there is no controversy here, and it's getting harder to disagree with him. Alabama wins 57-7. The Georgia Bulldogs had their way with Southern California, beating them 41-17. The Bulldogs were playing fetch in the end zone as they scored 3 rushing touchdowns from 3 different rushers. Georgia improved to 2-0. Another blowout today as the Ohio State Buckeyes crushed Rutgers 52-3. This was an absolutely dominating performance by the Buckeyes defense as they limited the Rutgers Scarlet Knights to only 134 total yards and 3 points. The blowouts keep coming as the number 9 ranked Washington Huskies crushed the North Dakota Fighting Hawks 45-3. This was a nice win for Washington after suffering a tough Week 1 loss last week against Auburn. Speaking of Auburn, the Auburn Tigers have stayed hot. The Tigers are clawing up the Alabama State Hornets 49-9. Auburn has been controlling the game with the run as they have over 250 yards on the ground and 4 rushing touchdowns. Auburn matches up with the number 11 LSU Tigers next week. The Miami Hurricanes unleashed a storm on the Savannah State Tigers today. The U finished with 500 total yards and limited the Tigers to less than 100. Hurricane running back Lorenzo Lingard averaged over 20 yards a carry for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Miami embarrasses Savannah State 77-0. We've got a good one underway in Texas. Number 2 ranked Clemson is on the road against Texas A&M. To preserve their number 2 ranking, this is a must-win for the Clemson Tigers. Clemson lead 28-20 late in the 4th. I'm Lucas Armstrong. This has been the Cal Poly Scoreboard Update. Back to Chris and Alex for the second half after this.
For combined moving and storage, Pods is the only answer. With Pods, you create the game plan so you can pack at your pace. When you're done packing, we'll safely transport or store your belongings. Pods makes one of life's biggest hassles a lot less stressful and a lot more convenient. Call your local Pods moving and storage company at 805-330-3355 for your special Mustangs fan discount. That's 805-330-3355. Or visit pods.com. Pods, moving and storage, solved.
Imagine the sounds of a nostalgic California, of happy, friendly faces. Savor the aroma of downtown Farmers Market barbecue and fresh air at the top of a peak. Then feel the warm sun setting on another perfect day. San Luis Obispo is a dream, but it's also real. Be here. Experience San Luis Obispo for yourself or visit our 360-degree video library now at sanluisobispo360.com.
Coors Light, established in 1978 and born in the Rockies, where the only thing more refreshing than your current adventure is what's next. It's why Coors Light is lagered cold for a lighter, crisper taste, filtered cold to ensure brilliance, clarity, and brightness, and packaged cold for peak refreshment. Because those who thirst for more deserve nothing less than the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Light. 2018 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
At R&R Dental, your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized quality dental care that you deserve. When you visit R&R Dental, you will experience all that modern dentistry has to offer, including general, restorative, and cosmetic dental services to meet the needs of your entire family. We offer evening and weekend appointments in 2 locations on the Central Coast for your convenience. Visit our website at rrdentalcare.com to learn more. R&R Dental Care is the official smile provider of Cal Poly Athletics.
On the Cal Poly Sports Network. On ESPN Radio 1280, The Ticket, the Central Coast's home for
Mustang fans. Cal Poly Athletics gearing up for the 2018-19 season, and reserve season tickets for the Stampede Club are on sale now. Membership levels start as low as $350 and include special benefits such as parking, premium seats, and access to hospitality areas. Plus, sign up for a membership between now and September 1st. You'll receive a free Cal Poly Athletics Adidas t-shirt. For more information or to become a Stampede member today, call 805-756-6382 or go to tickets.calpoly.edu. Join today. Seasons of Cal Poly football, 100 seasons of strength and support, 100 seasons of tradition, and here's to 100 more. It's a special Friday night football game, and your Mustangs are taking on the Bears.
Slow Roasted Coffee has been a local family-owned and operated business since 1984. We're a small batch artisan roaster that prides itself on providing gourmet coffee at a fair price. Slow Roasted Coffee loves to support the Cal Poly culture. We're the authorized private labeler of Mustang Grounds Coffee, a dark roast coffee created to give the student body the inspiration to keep hitting the books all night long. Look for our slow roasted and Mustang Ground products at Julian's, Campus Market, and Village Market. Check us out at slowroasted.com. Don't just drink coffee, enjoy it.
It's not about how hard you can hit.
At R&R Dental, your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized quality dental care that you deserve. When you visit R&R Dental, you will experience all that modern dentistry has to offer, including general, restorative, and cosmetic dental services to meet the needs of your entire family. We offer evening and weekend appointments in 2 locations on the Central Coast for your convenience. Visit our website at rrdentalcare.com to learn more. R&R Dental Care, the official smile provider of Cal Poly Athletics.
And reserve season tickets for the Stampede Club are on sale now.
So for today, 5 carries, 40 yards, he had a long of 23. He's really been able to show some of that explosiveness that Cal Poly likes so much about him. So I'd like to see their offense run a play or two for Juwan Campbell in the first couple plays as we start the second half.
Mustangs, who had just 3 points last week, have just 3 points this week through one half of football. But you certainly like what you've seen from Jake Jeffrey and this triple option spread attack. They've been able to move across the midfield stripe a couple of times. They've shot themselves in the foot a little bit with some penalties here down the stretch of the first half, and obviously not being able to convert on 4th and short in their own territory. But you have to tip your cap to this Mustang defense, albeit against a very inexperienced offense, especially out of the backfield for Weber State. They have not let the Wildcats get much after that opening drive that resulted in the game's only touchdown.
Yeah, and the linebacker play has been much improved than what we saw last week. And granted, Weber State is not quite the level of North Dakota State. I'm sure North Dakota State will have a couple pros in their roster when all is said and done. But this Cal Poly defense has really stepped up. We talked about Matt Schraubel a lot. 7 tackles in the first half, Nick Navarro 5, and Jason Lee 4. And that almost interception, that would have been a big momentum shift for Cal Poly. But yes, the defense has played very well, like you said, against a couple of quarterbacks who have not seen a lot of time and may not have the pedigree of a typical drop back passer. But we saw the ability of some of the receivers, and with the young freshman Josh Davis, the limits to 3.9 yards per carry. So Cal Poly, I can say overall, has to be pretty happy with what's happened, at least in the defensive end. The offense can step it up another notch or two. I think Cal Poly has a very real shot of pulling off this top 10 upset.
Halftime sponsored by Ferguson. Did you know Ferguson proudly stocks Bradford White? Have a water heater emergency? We can help any day, anytime. Go to Ferguson.com to find the location closest to you. 10-3, number 10, Weber State on top of the half. Let's take a look at the Big Sky scoreboard when we return on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Mustang fans,
we would like to thank one of our ongoing supporters, Dignity Health's French Hospital Medical Center, a proud partner of the Cal Poly Mustangs. French Hospital is located just steps from our campus and is one of the nation's top 100 hospitals. There, you will be treated with the latest medical technology, top physicians, and advanced orthopedic, imaging, cardiac, and maternity newborn services. You can trust that quality care is just around the corner at French Hospital Medical Center. Learn more at dignityhealth.org/French Hospital.
It's a brand new day. Let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right on.
This is Christina Favuzzi of KSBY News. Start your day the daybreak way. You'll head out the door with all the news, weather, and traffic information you need to start your day off right. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
Hey Mustang fans, there's no better place close to campus for great food anytime than Charlie's Place. Sit out on the patio for happy hour from 4 to 9 p.m. daily, or come in for Taco Tuesday or Wings Wednesday starting at 4 p.m. Gather a group and show off your singing chops on Karaoke Thursday. Great food, great drinks, great fun. There's always something happening at CP, Charlie's Place, at 981 East Foothill Boulevard in San Luis Obispo.
For the Mustangs football team, it takes the right players to ensure greater performance and success throughout the
Big
season.
Sky Conference
Agriculture
and
is
its
no
members
different.
promote
At
good
Helena, we've been
sportsmanship
committed to
by
helping
student
farmers
athletes,
achieve
coaches,
success
and
since
fans.
1957.
We know
In
that
the years to
playing
come,
football
Helena
is a
will
privilege.
continue to be there with
It's
the
not
people,
about how you
products,
can hit,
and
how
knowledge
far
to
you
help you
can kick,
increase
how fast
productivity
you
for
can run,
greater
or
returns.
how many
The way
touchdowns
we
you
see
can
it,
score.
your success is the only
about how
measure
you
of the
play the
work we
game.
do together. To
Help
find out
us
how
create the
Helena
best
can help you
environment
achieve
in
or
all the
exceed
college
your
football.
production goals,
Pack our
contact your
stadiums
local
and
Helena
promote good
representative.
sportsmanship.
Go Mustangs!
We play the game the right way. Big Sky Football, where sportsmanship matters.
Halftime on the Cal Poly Sports Network. Number 10 Weber State with a 10-3 lead over the Mustangs, who play at home for the first time tonight. First of 6 home games on the 2018 schedule for Cal Poly. The Mustangs will get the football first. Come the start of the second half, which will be sponsored by Giuseppe's. Visit Giuseppe's in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo for the finest Italian cuisine on the Central Coast. Did you know you can draw on the tables? Giuseppe's began as a senior project in 1988, and 30 years later still serves farm-to-table dishes with classic Italian charm. Giuseppe's a proud supporter of the Cal Poly Sports Network. As we take a look at the Big Sky scoreboard, we passed along some final scores from earlier in the day during our pregame show as we get to those once again. If you joined us in progress tonight, number 23 Oregon 62-14 over Portland State. South Dakota 43-28 over Northern Colorado in the Big Sky Missouri Valley Challenge. Montana winners again, 48-16 over Drake. Idaho 56-10 win over Western New Mexico, a Division II school. A very similar situation in Flagstaff, Arizona. A couple of Big Sky teams squaring off against each other, but it doesn't count towards the conference standings. Eastern Washington with a 31-26 win over Case Cookies in Northern Arizona. South Dakota State all over Montana State in Brookings, South Dakota, 45-14. A couple of games in progress. UC Davis up 7-0 on the University of San Diego. That game with 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. San Diego State with a 13-7 lead over Sacramento State at halftime down at San Diego Credit Union Stadium, formerly Qualcomm Stadium, where the Chargers used to play when they were in San Diego. So, hey, how about the Hornets? Stingers up, man. They're playing close down there against big bad FBS San Diego State at the half. Those will certainly be some scores that we'll monitor. But of course, more importantly, it's 10-3 Weber State here at the half. The Mustangs will get the football first to open up the third quarter. Let's recap the first half stats. Once again, that's sponsored by Brand Tire. The Wildcats of Weber State, 77 yards on the ground. 157 yards in total. We saw a couple of quarterbacks for Weber State. Caden Jinks, 6 of 9 for 47 yards. Jake Constantine, the redshirt sophomore who began at Boise State, 4 of 7 for 33 yards. And Josh Davis leading the way on the ground in his first collegiate start, 13 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown for the Wildcats of Weber State. Cal Poly has rushed 22 times for 84 yards, which is much better than what they did last year against this Weber State defense, rushing for just 104 yards, which was close to a season low in 2017 for the Mustangs. Jake Jeffrey has put the ball in the air 4 times, and he has completed 1 pass for 8 yards. Boy, you shake your head and you wish you could go back and do it over again. That fade route to the back right corner of the end zone in the first quarter, where it was originally ruled a touchdown catch into the hands of Brock Mortensen, then overruled on the field upon video review, inconclusive to turn it back over to a touchdown. And you wonder if that'll be the play at the end of the night that you look back and shake your head at. But the Mustangs are certainly hoping that they can not only move the football come the second half, but they can get themselves in Alex Vega field goal range, and they can get themselves into the end zone for the first time in 2018.
Right, that's got to be the hope, and I agree with you. I think that play in the first half, in the first, the end, or the beginning of the second quarter, Brock Mortensen, the touchdown catch, that never would be. It was a big turning point in this game, and if we're looking at that, we would definitely be looking at a totally different game. I think trying to get Brock Mortensen more involved, again, 4 carries, 7 yards for Brock, and he had that almost catch in the back of the end zone. And then I like to see Juwan Campbell get more involved as well. He had 5 carries. I'd like to see him get another 5 carries for the second half and see if he can skirt around the defenders of Weber State for a couple more yards like he did in the first half.
It's not about how you
Cal Poly, you got to like where they're at, getting the ball in the second half, and if they can fix those mistakes on offense and stop the
help us
create
the best environment in all the college football.
Weber State extend their drive that got to a field goal late in the first half. I think Cal Poly, they can get a win here in front of a lot of happy fans.
Joe Prothro, 10 carries, 43 yards to lead the Mustangs on the ground in the opening half of football. As you mentioned, Jawan Campbell, the 5'7" JUCO transfer from Hartnell and Salinas, 5 carries, 40 yards. If he can get those blocks on the outside, he's an explosive football player. We saw it in his 5 touches in the first half. He can certainly have that big playability and certainly doesn't have the size of last year's Kyle Lewis per se, but he has that second level speed that once he can get that block out to the numbers, he can bust it loose.
Definitely, and I think he's more elusive than Kyle Lewis. He has that top end speed, but he's also able to make guys miss much better. He's got a variety of juke and spin and stutter step moves that he has shown in the first half, and if he can get that blocking, and this is always going to be the underline for Cal Poly, if they can get that outside blocking, the triple option is pretty much unstoppable. But if you block those outside block attempts, then Cal Poly has a lot to make up for in the inside ground game and then the passing game, which they have not been able to do so far tonight.
Real quickly, how important is this first drive of the third quarter? Mustangs will get the football first to open the second half.
Very important, because I think Cal Poly, they might change up their game plan a little bit. We'll see what happens, and I think just getting the second half to a good start, a rolling start, getting that momentum, at least getting a good drive together, get a couple of first downs. You don't have to score a touchdown here. We got a lot of game left right now.
That'll do it for the Cal Poly Sports Network halftime report. Started the second half right around the corner. 10-3. Number 10 Weber State leads at the break. Started the third. The kick. Trey trailing 10-3 heading into the third quarter. Chris Sylvester with Alex Klepper. Great to have you with us on a Saturday night in San Luis Obispo. High end over end kick comes the way of Campbell from the 3. He scurries out of a tackle, busts it loose down the left side, and tackled at the 20-yard line. Could have been a lot worse. Jawan Campbell bouncing off a tackle inside the 15 and able to work it out to the 20-yard line. That's where Jake Jeffrey and the Mustang triple option spread attack will set up shop. And you said it at the halftime report, partner. This is a very important drive to open up half number 2.
Right, they need to get a first down, a couple of first downs here, establish some momentum for the second half. Don't worry about scoring a touchdown, just get those 3, 4, 5-yard chunks that will continue to roll this clock and hopefully wear down the Weber State defense in the second half.
Jeffrey under center, 3 carries for 6 yards, 1 for 4 throwing the football as he gives it away. Fullback dive, Prothro able to spin forward and pick up 3 yards. 11 carries, 46 yards for Joe Prothro. We're waiting for him to bust his first big run of the year.
Yeah, and that time he almost got stopped in the backfield, but a nice spin move around it, attempted to tackle by Austin Tesh, the backup linebacker. Joe Prothro, just for a guy who is using so many inside carries, he is very agile.
Jeffrey comes under center. Mortensen in motion, 1 receiver to each side. He drops the throw, fires over the middle, and it's caught by J.J. Koski. It's a first down for the Mustangs across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Talking to Tim Walsh before the game, he said Koski was his X factor, and he makes his first catch of the night.
Yeah, Koski is one of the most talented players on this Cal Poly team. It's just he's not an offense that is using his talents to the highest, and that's understandable. But Koski is a great receiver.
Second completion for Jeffrey as he pitches to the left side. Brock Mortensen looking for the edge, and Mortensen dives forward across the 35-yard line to the 37. And against a defense like this, the Mustangs will absolutely take 4 yards on first down plays tonight.
Right, especially that play, 4 yards. It was one blocker on about 4 or 5 Wildcats, so able to get a good chunk of yardage. It's Brock Mortensen. Like to see more carries like that from the sophomore.
10-3 Weber State. Mustangs able to move the chains once on their first drive of the second half. High snap, inside run. Prothro bounces off a tackle, springs to the 40-yard line, and has 3 yards, setting up the Mustangs with 3rd and 3.
And once again, Joe Prothro ran into an all-biggest-guy defender in Jonah Williams, the left end, and just bounced off the tackle. I mean, this guy is so hard to take down that it's easy to see why Cal Poly wants to go to him so much. I would like to see more carries in the second half because he is going to wear down this defense if he keeps doing this.
Mustangs are 2 for 7 on third down. Jeffrey under center. Bootleg to the left side. He throws on the run. It's caught. Brock Mortensen, the slot back, makes the catch and has a first down for the Mustangs across the 45 to the 47. So Jake Jeffrey, who set all sorts of state and school records up at Folsom High School 3 years ago, he was a pocket passer there. He's transitioned into a triple option quarterback here, but as we mentioned, when he has time to throw, he looks very comfortable slinging around the football as he options to the right side. The pitch goes to Mortensen, who crosses the midfield stripe and works down to the Weber State 49-yard line. 6 yards on first down for the sophomore slot back.
Yeah, and that time, Brock Mortensen, in the carries so far this half, a lot more vertical running and instead of horizontal, which is good.
Second and a long 4 for the Mustangs as Jeffrey changes the play call, looking to Aristotle Thompson, one of the offensive assistants for the Mustangs. All the coaches with the white tops and Cal Poly hats on of various colors. Play action, Jeffrey throwing, near side, caught by Jawan Campbell, but not much doing. Only a pickup of 2 yards as he was brought down immediately by Jordan Prater, the 6-foot senior who began his collegiate career at BYU. A pickup of 2 yards on Campbell's first catch of the night. Trey Green comes into the game, and the Mustangs have 3rd and a long 2 inside the Weber State 48. Jeffrey under center. He gives it away. Right side, Prothro trying to spin forward, but only gains half a yard. Boy, Joe Prothro has not had a whole lot of success running up the middle against this Weber State defense.
Yeah, and we talked about this pregame. The front six, front seven of Weber State is the strong point of this team, and Joe Prothro is going to have trouble getting around tackles when he's got 2 or 3 guys on him instead of just 1 to beat.
I thought maybe this would be a situation where the Mustangs would keep their offense on the field, 4th and 2, but Casey Sublette comes out instead, and Weber State, the Wildcat defense holds to open up the third quarter. Sublette puts the right foot to it, sends a high spiraling kick, driving Davis back inside the 10. It bounces at the 5 and bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the Wildcats will set up shop for the first time in this second half at their own 20-yard line. 11:01 left to play. Third quarter, number 10, Weber State 10. And a drive that looked promising, crossing the midfield stripe, winds up being another stop for Weber State's defense.
Yeah, and I would have liked to see Cal Poly go for that one, not on an inside dive, but those outside options that have been working so well a couple of times with Brock Mortensen. That would have been a great time to try it, in my opinion.
Jake Constantine, still at quarterback, took over midway through the second quarter for Caden Jinks, who started. He's 4 for 7 throwing the football for 25 yards. He comes under center, an inside run. Davis doesn't have much. Mustangs swarm to get him at the 22-yard line after a pickup of a couple. Davis has had a heavy workload tonight. That was his 14th carry, 53 yards, and the only touchdown we've seen thus far this evening. Again, much like the Mustangs, Weber State, when they run the football, they don't have much success up the middle as well.
Yeah, after a successful first couple drives for Josh Davis, the Cal Poly defense has really shut him down.
4 receivers. Constantine out of the shotgun. Davis to his left. He drops to throw. He fires over the middle. Rashid Shaheed makes the catch and leaps forward to the 29-yard line, a yard shy of the first down. Pickup of 7 yards, and 3rd and short upcoming for Weber State, just outside their own 30. Third catch of the night for Rashid Shaheed, the sophomore. Now the Mustang faithful get loud on 3rd and short in hopes of a stop. Wildcats are 3 for 8 on 3rd down tonight. 2-by-2 set. Ball resting near the right hash for Jake Constantine. Davis, the featured back. He drops the throw. The rush coming. Bootleg right. Constantine is sacked inside the 20. Patrick Walker. Coming from the Mike linebacker spot, and the Mustangs get a stop.
Yeah, Patrick Walker, Matt Shotwell, both chasing after Constantine. Matt Shotwell got his hand on him, not able to take him down, but then Patrick Walker, big sack, big momentum shift.
Now the Mustangs, you figure, will get some good field position as Lloyd sends a wobbler inside the 40, and it takes another friendly Wildcat hop down to the 35. And that's where Cal Poly will take over with 9:06 left to play in the third quarter. Timeout on the field will take it with them. 10-3, Weber State, Mustang football, when we return on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Growth starts small, from a seed or an idea, or a plan for your future. And with the right tools, the right guidance, things start to happen. At Rabobank, we know about growth because we provide banking for communities grounded in agriculture, helping people like you and communities like ours thrive with the right banking solutions. That's why at Rabobank, we roll up our sleeves to go to work for you. We're Rabobank. Let's talk. Visit RabobankAmerica.com. For over 30 years, Firestone Grill has been barbecuing the best tri-tip on the Central Coast, hands down. Now with 4 locations, you can fulfill your barbecue cravings all over California, including Cambria, Fresno, Bakersfield, and right here in downtown SLO. If you have a large group, we have plenty of seating with your favorite game on one of our huge TVs and a welcoming patio with our beautiful San Luis Obispo weather. We also can accommodate your party with a catering order. Simply order online and pick it up at a location near you. Visit Firestone.com for more details.
Both defenses coming up with stops on each team's first drive of the third quarter. 9 minutes, 6 seconds left to play. 10-3, Weber State leads, and the Mustangs will send their offense back out onto the field with 1st and 10 from their own 36. A battle of attrition in the trenches tonight, and Both defenses have done a phenomenal job at limiting the points. No other way to put it.
It was what we expected. Followers of both teams closely, I'm sure, would expect.
First and 10 for Cal Poly. Jeffrey on the speed option, pitches to the left side. Jawan Campbell has a block across the 40, and across the 45, a first down for Cal Poly to the 48-yard line. 12 yards for Jawan Campbell, who has 6 carries for 52 yards tonight.
Yeah, he has been electric tonight, and using that speed, he just beat a tackle by Landon Stice. He was coming in from the middle of the field. That speed gained him an extra 5 or 6 yards getting past that tackle.
Mustangs have had some success tonight when they've been able to get out to the numbers, as Jeffrey gives it away to Prothero on a fullback dive. He crosses the midfield stripe and is dropped at the Weber State 49. 3 more yards for the 6th-year senior. 14 carries tonight for Joe Pro. And the Mustangs are trying to wear down the defensive front of Weber State, but it hasn't happened just yet.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as we get closer and closer to the 4th quarter, but I would expect a lot of Joe Prothero here in this drive as it continues.
One receiver to each side. Malcolm Davis comes in motion. Jeffrey drops to throw, has time, lobs one over the middle. Caught by J.J. Koski to the 30, near side 20 and down to the 15. He's that possession receiver, and the Mustangs are in the red zone for just the 2nd time tonight.
I tell you, if J.J. Koski was in a typical drop-back quarterback offense, he would be a star putting up big numbers because he is a great route runner, a great catcher, getting past Kalen Benjamin with a big play.
3 receivers. Jeffrey comes under center. Campbell in motion. He pitches to the right side. Jawan Campbell slips out of a tackle, moves inside the 10. Campbell down to the 7-yard line of Weber State. He has given the Mustangs some life on this possession, and the Mustangs are a couple yards shy of a first down. They'll have 2nd and 2 and need the 5-yard line for a fresh set of downs. If the Mustangs can punch one in here, by far and away, this would be the best drive of the season. Jeffrey under center gives it away. Prothero has nothing. It's almost as if they know it's coming. Adam Rodriguez again stopping Joe Prothero at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Now 3rd and 2.
What we've seen tonight, just going back one play, from Jawan Campbell has been fantastic. He's almost like a Dante Hall, the human joystick out there. He is juking guys left and right. When you think you have him in your sights, he's all of a sudden 2 yards away from you when he was right in front of you before. So he is doing a great job of extending this defense and being a big play factor.
Jeffrey under center. He drops to throw. He'll run right side. Jake Jeffrey first down inside the 5. Still on his feet. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal Poly. He slipped out of a tackle inside the 5, and the Mustangs have their first touchdown of 2018, and they're an extra point away from tying the game at 10.
Now, I don't remember every single run that Jake Jeffrey had last year, but I would be hard-pressed to find a better run because that was bouncing off 3 tackles, a couple of all Big Sky participants. Jake Jeffrey, what a run by the sophomore.
Alex Vega knocks through the extra point, and number 10 is on the ropes in San Luis Obispo. The Mustangs have tied the game at 10 with 6:28 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Timeout on the field will take it with them. This is Mustangs football on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Imagine the sounds of a nostalgic California, of happy, friendly faces. Savor the aroma of downtown Farmers Market barbecue and fresh air at the top of a peak. Then feel the warm sun setting on another perfect day. San Luis Obispo is a dream, but it's also real. Be here. Experience San Luis Obispo for yourself, or visit our 360-degree video library now at sanluisobispo360.com. Thank you to one of our proud ongoing supporters, Dignity Health Central Coast, comprised of 3 award-winning hospitals, primary care offices, premier ambulatory surgery centers, technologically advanced imaging centers, outpatient services, and comprehensive home health services spanning the coast. Our facilities are recognized for their quality of care, safety, and service. You can count on Dignity Health Central Coast. Treatment you can trust.
Well, it took them almost 7 quarters, but the Mustangs have their first touchdown of 2018, and it's a big one. Jake Jeffrey from 7 yards out, able to scoot past a couple of would-be tacklers inside the 5 and run in the Mustangs' first score of the season. A 6-play, 64-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock. And we are right back where we started. 10-10 our score, 6:28 left to play in the third quarter. And now Alex Vega has it on the tee at the 35-yard line, and it's time for the Mustang defense to get back to work outside of the game's opening drive. They've looked better than Weber State's defense.
They have looked fantastic, especially these linebackers. It's almost a totally rejuvenated squad from last week.
Here's the run-up with swing of the right leg and an end-over-end kick. Rashid Shaheed from the 1-yard line. Up the left hash, Shaheed cuts it back to the middle of the field. Now the right hash, Shaheed across the 40. And Matt Shotwell brings him down at the 41. That's what he does best. Rashid Shaheed, an All-American as a kick and punt returner last year. And he sets up the Weber State offense with some good field position here. We'll see who Jay Hill sends out at the signal caller spot. And it looks like Jake Constantine again. What have you liked from Constantine in comparison to what you saw from Caden Jinks?
He looks much more comfortable when he's in the pocket. Now, when it breaks down, he doesn't have the running ability. But I think for what they're trying to do, he's probably a better choice.
May, the tight end, comes in motion. Davis, the featured back on 1st and 10. Play action. Constantine drops to throw. Bootlegs to the left side. Throws and nearly intercepted. Rashid Shaheed was the intended target, and again, Constantine threw it behind him. Dominic Frash got his hands on it and dropped the would-be pick.
Yeah, and making my analysis, the last play looked bad. He had Shaheed open for about half a second or 1 second, and he took 2 seconds too long. He waited way too long to fire that one in, and lucky to come away without an interception.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10, ball resting on the right hash, 2x2 set. Constantine to throw. Now he steps up, he'll run, and he slides at the 44-yard line. Unlike Jinks, Constantine not wanting to make a whole lot of contact with Cal Poly defenders as they'll mark him shy of the 44 at the 43. Just the pickup of 2 yards, and another opportunity here for the Mustang defense to get off the field.
Great blitz by Matt Wright, totally unblocked, forced that play, forced the hand of Constantine.
2x2 set, 3rd and 8. Weber State needs the Mustang 49 for a fresh set of downs. The snap is back. Constantine to throw, steps up. Now the pocket collapses and he's sacked again. Jason Lee. Wildcats go 3 and out.
Big sack by Jason Lee. And Constantine, while he's comfortable in that pocket, he's got to get less comfortable because he had 5 or 6 seconds there. You can't allow yourself to take that much time trying to find a receiver.
Lloyd, the punter, rolls out, sends it in the direction of Juwan Campbell, who will elect not to touch it. It takes a Cal Poly bounce back towards the 25, and penalty marker down after the ball was down at the 24, and we'll check the penalty. With 5 minutes left to play in this third quarter, and the game tied at 10 between number 10 Weber State and Cal Poly. Both teams looking for their first victory of the season here in week 2. A battle between a couple of Big Sky teams. But this game won't count towards the conference record. Both teams had an opening on the schedule for week 2 of the season. Both teams needed a game, and both schools made it happen. The Mustangs will return to Ogden for a non-conference game in 2 years from now. Hands to the face, a personal foul against Weber State, so the Mustangs will move up 15 yards from that 24-yard line spot and have some of their best starting field position of the night. just shy of the 40 at the 39 when we return. Timeout on the field. 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. The Mustangs of Cal Poly and the Wildcats of Weber State are tied at 10 on the Cal Poly Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you tired, listless, and unfocused at school or work? Stressed out by tests or your job? Hungover? You need an energy infusion. Revive MD has cutting-edge infusion therapies that fuel your body with important vitamins, minerals, and amino acids like B12, C, and zinc to keep you calm, focused, revitalized, healthy, and energized. You'll feel better in 1 hour. Mention Mustang Athletics and get 10% off. Go to ReviveMDMedicalGroup.com for more information. That's ReviveMDMedicalGroup.com. Go Mustangs!
Of all the things you spend your paycheck on,
Hey, hon! Check out this t-shirt I bought for the dog.
why pay to use your checking account? With truly free checking from Golden One Credit Union, you don't have to.
It has a hot dog on it.
Because we're not for profit. And our checking has no minimum balance or hidden fees.
Get it, hon? Hot dog!
And now all Californians can join. So open your account today. Golden One Credit Union. We're stronger together. Insured by NCUA.
Well, the momentum certainly rests on the side of the home team. The Mustangs in their 2018 home opener have come back to tie Weber State at 10 apiece with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And after another 3 and out for the Wildcats, the Mustangs will start with 1st and 10 after a penalty at their own 39-yard line. This third quarter sponsored by Cal Portland. Did you know that Cal Portland uses recycled asphalt and concrete for many of the local paving and construction projects on the Central Coast? Cal Portland is serious about its responsibility to the environment. Triple option set. Jeffrey under center with the ball resting on the right hash. He pitches to the left side. Mortensen needs a block across the 40 and is able to move up ahead of the 44-yard line and pick up 5 yards on first downs, and the Mustangs will take that all night long.
Yeah, they definitely will. Good blocking on the outside by Sam Oji, the left tackle. A little borderline there. I was worried there was going to be a little laundry on the field, but no holding called. Good play.
3 receivers in the set. Triple option set again. Jake Jeffrey on the speed option keeps the football and spins his way forward to near the 48-yard line, and the Mustangs will have third down and about 1.5 yards here.
Yeah, good decision there by Jake. He saw a couple of Wildcat defenders coming off onto Brock Mortensen thinking he was going to get the pitch. Jeffrey scoots inside, gains another chunk of yardage.
3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left on third and short. Campbell comes in motion. Jeffrey on the speed option, right side, right behind Joe Prothro, dives forward to the midfield stripe and moves the chains.
Jake Jeffrey, growing before our very eyes, becoming an option quarterback. A couple of good runs by Jake following the touchdown run last time out, and I think that touchdown might have raised his confidence, and now he is just firing all cylinders.
Jeffrey comes under center, 1 receiver, it's Koski to the left side, and he gives it away to Joe Prothro. And an inside run takes Joe Pro down to the 48-yard line of Weber State. 2 yards for the 6th-year senior as the Wildcats continue to stay strong defensively up the middle.
You see 4 Wildcat defenders come off, 4 new ones come on. I think this bruising style of Cal Poly is starting to get to that defense.
3 receivers in the formation on 2nd and 8. Jeffrey drops to throw, fires quickly to the right side, and he bounced it in the direction of J.J. Koski. And probably fortunate that the ball was too low for J.J. to catch because he would have been brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, and Kalen Benjamin was breaking on the ball. If that ball was higher, it would have been a 50-50 shot between Benjamin and Koski. And the last thing you need right now is a pick 6.
Jeffrey now 5 for 9, 59 yards through the air. 10-10 our score, 3:11 left to play in the third quarter. Jeffrey drops to throw on third down, the rush coming, and well shy of the intended receiver, Malcolm Davis, towards the right sideline. That time Weber State brought the blitz package. Jeffrey had to throw off his back foot. Nowhere near Malcolm Davis, and the Mustangs will punt.
And just good pressure there the last couple plays by Weber State, able to get Jake Jeffrey into trouble early, and Jeffrey, when he's on his back foot, it does not have the arm strength to get that ball as a dart to the Cal Poly receivers.
Josh Davis waiting back near his own 10-yard line. Casey Sublette to punt. Wildcats don't bring a whole lot of pressure. He sends a spiraling wobbler inside the 25. Davis runs up to catch it. Makes the fair catch shy of the 25 at the 23. And that's where the Wildcats will take over. 3 minutes left to play in this third quarter.
The tension is there, but I'd like to see Cal Poly execute a little bit better in those situations where they're blitzed, but all in all, a positive sign so far for Cal Poly.
Jake Constantine, the quarterback, one receiver to each side. He turns, stretch run, right side. Josh Davis able to burst past the line of scrimmage and fall forward to the 28. A pickup of 5 yards for the redshirt freshman. A game-high 15 carries for the former Utah Gatorade State Player of the Year at Alta High School in Sandy, Utah.
Josh Davis had a big hole there. If he was about half a step faster, he might have had a touchdown, but the hole closed up quickly and collapsed on him for only a 5-yard gain.
Ball resting on the right hash for Constantine. 3 receivers in the formation. Shotgun set, a belt-high snap. Stretch run left side. Davis has a first down and more across the 40-yard line and brought down at the 41. Well, he tried to cut that one towards the left sideline and wound up moving laterally. Probably could have gotten a few more there, but Jason Lee able to bring him down. Not after a pickup of 13 yards and a first down for Weber State.
And I think he tried to juke Jarek Rosales, but Jarek Rosales had the frame of mind to see what he was attempting to do and almost jumped before Josh Davis made the jump cut and made the big tackle.
2 receivers to the right side. Devon Cooley and Rashid Shaheed for 1st and 10 from the 40. Slant route over the middle. Shaheed makes the catch. And up ahead of the 46-yard line. Brought down by number 46, Nick Navarro. Pickup of 6 yards on Shaheed's 4th catch of the night.
And I think what Weber State's been good at with Constantine in the game, and obviously it helps with Josh Davis getting a big chunk of yardage, but these quick slant throws, Constantine has been much better at that than the long developing passing plays.
Approaching a minute left to play in the third quarter. We're tied at 10. 2nd and 4. Stretch run left side. Davis has some room out to the numbers. A first down and more. Streaking down the left sideline inside the 35-yard line of Cal Poly. He's finally brought down at the 32. So Davis, with some extra pep in his step, able to bounce that one to the outside. And a big run down to the Mustang 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats as they're able to cross the midfield stripe for the first time in half number 2.
Yeah, Josh Davis just outran Carter Nichols in a foot race. So maybe he doesn't have the extra half a step, but he's got enough steps to bring off a big run.
Longest run of the night, 23 yards for the redshirt freshman. Constantine drops to throw on 1st and 10. He fires deep over the middle into the end zone off the fingertips of David Ames, incomplete. Boy, if that one was on the money, it's 6 points for Weber State, but a little too tall for the 5'10 wideout.
Yeah, Ames was wide open. He had Cal Poly's safeties about 5 yards in either direction.